Hi, I'm Dr. Kathryn Colleen, and we're back with another quick video about the stages and how you can use them. So in a couple of the previous videos, we talked about where the stages came from, the research that was behind them of fantastic people like Maslow and Keegan and Fowler and Lovinger and so on. And then we talked about what the stages are and how to identify them, right? So if you haven't seen those, go back and check those out. Now we're going to talk about how to move yourself or someone else from one stage to the next. So in a perfect world, you would love for all of your employees, all of your team members to be operating in stages 8, 9, 10, 11. That's great, but that's really unusual. Most of the time, your team members, be it your executive team or absolutely anybody who might be coming through the doors of your company, are in stages probably 5, 6, if they're a little younger, sometimes 4. And each of these stages has its issues and its challenges and its benefits. So let's talk about moving from one stage to another. The basics are super simple, and it goes like this. To move someone, including you, from one stage to the next stage, all you have to do is get them thinking about the right questions. Not the right ideas, the right questions. All you've got to do is ask them the right questions. So simple. What are the questions? Those are in the book, so get the book, Purna Asatti, or get the quick reference guide. The questions are in there as well. Or you can even take a look at the roadmap at lastingpeace.org, and the questions are in there. For every stage is a set of questions that will actually end up bumping you to the next stage and help you move along. So let's take some examples. Let's suppose you didn't get enough sleep last night and you're having some financial issues and you're in stage 3. This is not a place you want your executives to be. Your executives are not operating at top level when they're in stage 3. Why? That means they have needs that are not being met. Personal needs that are not being met. And this is going to take half of their attention away is going to be on that. That's not good. You want all of their attention on the business, especially your executive team. But in reality, you want everybody to be focused when they come in. You want them to be absolutely focused and passionate about what they're doing. But they can't do that if half their mind and attention is somewhere else. So what can you do? In stage 3, you have needs that aren't being met. This is extraordinarily hard to get out of this stage if you don't meet those needs. But if you have to, if you can't just say, hey, I notice you're not operating 100%. What's going on? They don't have to tell you all the details if they can just say, you know, I just really didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm really having a hard time at home. I don't want to go into the details. You don't need to pry. They need to take a day and get it together. They need to take a day to meet their needs. If you can't give them that for whatever reason, and you just really, really need them to not be in stage 3, today, maybe today is the important meeting and you really need them to be focused, then what you need to do is move them to stage 4, which is other people have needs too. How can you do that? Well, it could be as simple as having something posted in your lobby that asks a question that makes people think about the needs of others. What if your business partnered with a charity and you put it in the lobby, you put it in the hallways, you put it in the break room, and the marketing for your partnership with this charity is to get employees involved a little bit by asking them certain questions, whatever's appropriate to the charity and who they're trying to help, right? And it's going to look like questions like, what do they need? How can we help? So even just discussing the needs of others and discussing ways of meeting the needs of others will click people over into stage 4, at least for the day. But keep in mind, when they come back tomorrow, they're going to be right back in stage 3 and you're going to have to do it again. So postings in the lobby are really effective for this. But eventually you're going to have to give this person the space they need to get their needs met, whatever that may be. Okay, let's suppose they come in stage 5, right? Because if they come in stage 4, you're fine. They're going to do a good job. If they come in stage 5, I am my ideology. Ooh, they're going to be belligerent. They're going to be divisive. These are not going to be cohesive teams. These are going to be your troublemakers. These are going to be the people that cause problems. Most of the problems you're experiencing with people in your organization are probably due to stage 5. I guarantee it. So what can you do to move people from stage 5 to stage 6? Or back to stage 4? Again, having some sort of a discussion. Maybe it's because you partnered with a charity, or you're trying to choose a charity. Even a discussion about what charity could we partner with will get their minds thinking. Remember, you need to ask them questions that get them thinking about the needs of other people. That will take them from 5 and shift them back to 4, at least for the day. If you need to move them to 6, then that gets a little bit tougher. But because to move someone from 5 to 6 in a single day is incredibly difficult. But the exercise involves them detailing their ideologies. This is a really great workshop exercise, actually. It takes a couple of hours or so to focus on and do. But you detail your ideology. And if you want to move from 5 to 6, this is what you do. And you say, okay, I look at all my beliefs, my political beliefs, my social beliefs, my religious beliefs, and so on and so forth. And then try to abstract them up to the level of principles. So get away from issues, specific issues, and get up to the level of, well, why? Why do I believe that that is right? Or that that is wrong? Well, that's because I have some other principle up here that's guiding that thought. And if you can abstract that up to the level of principles, now you see that your principles and other people's principles are the same. They're really not very different. There may be slight differences, but there's not. There's issues on how you feel you should carry that out in your day-to-day life, but your principles are not going to be that different from each other. This is where you begin to see each other as human and to see each other's humanity. And that is how you move to stage 6, live and let live. Also in there, if you really want to make that stick and you really want to make that solid, you've got to help them forgive themselves and learn to love themselves. But I'm not sure that's your job as a company, but maybe you can give them the resources to do it. Lastingpeace.org has an email course, which is free, that when you sign up, it immediately puts you into that. Mentorship can help. Even just facilitating them getting an outside mentor at somewhere like Lasting Peace. Bringing in mentors like me and other people is a great way to do that. Lastly, the last one we'll address is the last difficult stage, which is stage 7, questioning everything. Someone in your organization is going through this stage for the first time. Someone in your organization is going through the dark night of the soul, and you have no idea because it is something that is done privately. It's not something that people necessarily talk about. But someone in there is going through it. They're questioning their entire reality. They're questioning what's right for them and what's wrong for them. And in this stage, people really only are at risk of detrimenting themselves, but your business can be collateral damage. To move someone from this stage, you've either got to take them back to stage 6 temporarily or help them move forward to stage 8. That is tough, and that takes mentorship, and that takes being guided through the process of questioning everything, turning it into something that's a little bit more fun, wiping the slate of your beliefs and starting over. And this can be a fun process if you don't have to go through it yourself. And And so, although it's it's simple, but it's not easy, some of these techniques, but that gives you a taste of the different ideas of how you can take someone who's in one stage or another and help them get to a stage that's actually going to work for your business, that's actually going to create cohesive teams that are excited to work together and executives that are on point, focused, passionate, and ready to go. And this is how you get yourself to a better place as well. If you can recognize that you're in a difficult stage, you can do these things for yourself to help move yourself to a better stage. So if you want a complete list of questions, also some good books you can read that will help you move you to later stages, just get the book. Get the book. We will link that up in the show notes. Yes, we will. And take a look at that. So read the book. It's got even the quick reference guide, which is fantastic for businesses, has comprehensive lists of questions and books that you can use to bump yourself or others from one stage to the next. So enjoy it. I hope this is useful, and we'll see you in the next video.